This is Kristy Johnson, and we're going to let this story unfold as we move forward and just start to talk. So I'm not going to preempt anything with backstory. We're just going to talk together, and as we go, it will unfold, and I think you're going to find the conversation more than fascinating. So here we go. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming and being an exclusive for Heart of the Matter. She has the New York Times. She has the Washington Post. She has every newspaper in America. She has John DeLynn pounding on her door saying, "Let me interview you." And I mean, we got to her first. There's a reason. There's a reason that we got to her first, and that will come out. Kristy, tell us about your life. Go back to like Steve Martin. I was born. Go back and just tell your life up till the time that you were called on the LDS mission.
Sure. All right, let's sum that up. I was born in Provo, Utah. My dad was attending Brigham Young University as a student, and my mom and him just had my brother Kevin, and then there was me. And I was just a little girl in Provo, Utah, raised Mormon. And my dad was hired on to the church education system. And back then, you had to be interviewed by a general authority to work for the church. And so I was really, proud of that. And we lived in Ogden, then we lived in Provo again, and we lived, we kind of moved a lot. But he taught in seminary at first, in the seminary buildings, and I guess in Utah, it's affiliated with the high school. So you get some school credits to help your graduation from high school. So then at one point, our family moved to Provo, Utah. And
from Ogden
to Provo, and we were in the Provo 18th Ward. And my dad was put into the bishopric, and I was super proud of that. I remember that being one of the first callings that I was like, all right, my dad's a leader now. And he also was but his new position with the BYU was to teach at BYU.
Wow.
So he was called to teach in the religion department at Brigham Young University, and he had an office there, which he actually shared with Joseph McConkie.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Big names.
Big names. In fact, Dallin H. Oaks was the president of BYU during that time. Wow. And in my dad's faculty picture in the yearbook, so there's Joe McConkie and my dad and these guys. And then, it's all about Dallin Oaks being the president of the university. And so I loved that, and we got to go to BYU all the time. My dad took us down to his office. We got to go into all the basketball games, and the big basketball player during that time's name was Kreshmer Chosix. Tall guy, and I always remembered his name. We would go to the indoor swimming pools, and I saw him once, and my dad introduced me to him. And he just, he's super tall, and I was just mesmerized because I had seen him play basketball. And that was a really big deal for me.